Good morning and welcome to the Laredo Fire Department Administration Building. Today we gather for a very meaningful occasion where the City of Laredo hosts this annual proclamation recognizing Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Each year, the city joins in this effort in partnership with Smiles from Heaven, a local nonprofit that has touched countless families here in our community. Smiles from Heaven, founded by Ray and Betsy Sanchez, was created out of love and resilience during their own journey with their daughter Bella. Through this organization, they continue to honor her life by helping others, whether it's providing gas for out-of-town trips, and also to doctor appointments, support for treatments, or even other essential needs for these families. Their mission is a source of hope for families walking through one of the most difficult challenges imaginable. Before we continue with the program, though, I would like to present the special guests that are joining us today. First and foremost, our Mayor of the City of Laredo, the Honorable Dr. Victor Trevino, and his wife, Ms. Rosa Marquez Trevino. Mayor Pro Temp and Council Member for District 7, the Honorable Vanessa Perez. Council Member for District 1, the Honorable Gilbert Gonzalez. Council Member for District 3, the Honorable Melissa Cigarroa. Also representing the City of Laredo, Laredo Fire Department Chief Guillermo Hurd, and all his staff. Also from Laredo Public Health, their Director, Dr. Richard Chamberlain. And last but not least, of course, representing Smiles from Heaven, Ray and Betsy Sanchez. At this time, it is my honor to welcome our Mayor, Dr. Victor Trevino, to share a few words on this important proclamation.
Good morning, Dr. Victor Trevino, Mayor for the City of Laredo. I'm honored to be here today to bring awareness and proclaim Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in Laredo, Texas. We know that about 90% of children with cancer live in low and middle income countries, and they have a lack of access to adequate diagnosis and treatment. The sad reality is that most of these children will succumb to the illness because of a lack of information and resources. In the United States, we know that more than 290 children and adolescents in the U.S. are diagnosed with cancer every week. This difference is that in the U.S., survival rates for the pediatric cancers exceed 80%. However, as a community, we need to know, and it does pain me to say that Laredo continues to be a community that has shown higher rates of cancer than other communities in Texas, including among children. And specifically, two studies from 2006 to 2019 that show that the rate of all non-Hodgkin lymphomas, extranodal, was statistically significant, greater than expected, in 3 areas surveyed, which included Las Minas Road, Los Corralitos Colonia, and Northwest Laredo. The survey was requested because when I was health authority, we had been observing higher rates of cancer in our community. So the health department requested that the Department of Texas State Health Services Environmental Surveillance and Toxicology branch do this study. The study was intended only to observe the statistical difference of the cancer rates, intended to determine the cause of the determined cancer, not to identify possible associations with any risk factors. However, one potential contributing factor to the elevated cancer rates as identified by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, was the existence of ethylene oxide in our air during that time period, as we all know. And also we know that from the science, ethylene oxide, ETO, exposure can cause severely impact to children and their developing bodies that are more susceptible to the chemical and mutagenic properties which can cause DNA damage. So with this information, we did begin to act. And now as mayor, along with city council, this is clearly our mission to identify and address these cancer-causing risks. We're one of the only communities in the country that have initiated its own air quality monitoring program through the health department, so we can get true data, which neighborhood is more impacted, and certain type of businesses near schools and neighborhood, because we know the devastating impact that these emissions cause on children. So as a community, these are the first steps of prevention and advocacy, because with the help of everyone in this room, I believe we can educate, we can inform the public, and it is within our hands to make a better future for our children and the community, and to make Laredo a better place to live for everyone for generations to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, we will hear from members of the Laredo City Council who stand united with our families and children battling cancer. I would like to start with our Mayor Pro Tem Vanessa Perez, then Councilmember District 1 Gilbert Gonzalez, and also Councilmember District 3 Melissa Cigarro.
Good morning, everyone. We're here to talk about a sad topic, but I would like for today to be a day of hope, for us to remember that through the darkness there is light, and for us to wear yellow as a sign of solidarity, that we stand with the families that are going through this horrible disease, and that we always remember remember the ones that we lost. And we have angels above us, and a lot of them are children, unfortunately. But the families are not alone. There are organizations out there like this organization, Smiles from Heaven, that was founded from grief and loss, but they stand with families to show that nobody fights alone. And that is the strongest message that we have from this initiative, from this unfortunate proclamation. But it is a sad reality. The mayor did go over some facts, but again, through darkness there is always light. And so in September we should wear yellow, just to show the families and the children that we remember them and that we stand with them. As a government at all levels, from the federal to the state to the local, we should always try to make this type of initiative a priority for funding and a priority for focus, because change starts with small steps, but with a united voice, you can make a big difference. Whatever we can do to be a voice for the kids, we do. I know that all of our city council and our mayor is very committed to helping serve the medically underserved community of Laredo. We talk about it when we go to Washington, we talk about it when we go to Austin. So we hear you, we see you, and we are here for you. Again, let this day be a day of hope, and please remember to wear yellow and support organizations like Smiles from Heaven, because they really do a lot for the families. And when somebody doesn't know where to turn, they can always turn to Betsy and Ray. So thank you so much.
Good morning. I also want to thank, and I'm so proud and humbled to be part of the support for this great organization. I appreciate everyone being here, the cadets, the firefighters, everyone in the public here. I'm kind of attached to this organization, having a blood disorder when I was a child, and going through this, through hospitals, local hospitals, San Antonio and Corpus. It's tough for the families, for the kids. It's so tough. I want to, one day, I always say this, but I want to get with Ray and Betsy. One day when some of the family have, issues with driving up, I want to support drive and sponsor this family on their medical appointments, so I can relive and better understand what my parents went through during these tough times. Again, as representative of District 1, these children and the families will always have a strong voice. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I'm happy, I turned it off. Apologies. That's okay. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here in support of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. I think Smiles from Heaven is a tremendous organization that has done so much to support parents in their times of need and when they're feeling the most vulnerable. We know that as a parent, anytime our children are exposed to things, that there is nothing we can do to stop it, that it just breaks our heart. But it does give us the strength to continue to fight for them. And, but they should never do it alone. Parents should never be alone. And I think, as you've seen from other council members here, it touches every family. And in my family's case, our angel was Marisita. She's, still in our hearts and minds. And in experiences like that, there's a lot of sympathy, a lot of empathy, and I hope that parents can feel that. And I know with this organization, that kind of support, just knowing that there's a community that exists to support is so important. So, childhood cancer research is something that is developing every day. It gets stronger, it gets better, but it does require us as a community to be a voice for it, to advocate for it, to write to our legislators so that they can support it too, because advances occur, but it costs money and it requires our support. When we make our voices heard, then we can change things and make sure the research continues, and so that children can come out and enjoy their childhood like they should. So thank you so much for this effort. Thank you for your efforts and Songs from Heaven. And we will be wearing yellow, and more than that, we'll have in our hearts, especially this month, all the children that need our love and support. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our council members. Next, we're deeply honored to hear from Ray and Betsy Sanchez themselves, the heart behind Smiles from Heaven, whose mission continues to bring comfort, relief, and encouragement to families here in our community.
I am shorter. Good morning, everyone. Again, thank you so much for having us here. Thank you for this beautiful, ceremony event, proclamation. It's been a wild ride since we started back in 2019, right after our daughter Bella passed. We knew that we needed to do something in our community. Thankfully, we had the support of our church and our pastor and our church community and our family, and even, the community of Laredo supporting our family when we were going through this. But we just knew that there needed to be something, because when we experienced this talking, I have sisters, right? And I have a big, not a so big family, but I have family and our church family, and I would talk to them and express myself to them. But it wasn't the same when I would talk to a family that has experienced this. To know that there's someone out there that understands what we were going through, the hardships, the pain, the victories, was very different, right? So we knew we needed to do something in our community. And of course, from that pain, from that heartache, from losing our daughter, we decided, as you know, to turn that pain into a purpose. And I always say we're just being, because people tell me, I don't know how you guys do it, yes, they're so strong, but honestly, I give all honor and glory to God, because for me, we're just being obedient here. And I always say, as long as God allows it, we will be standing and supporting our families in our community. And I just want to say thank you to the city of Laredo for saying yes and for opening your doors to this cause, because it's not easy doing it alone, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the support of all of you here. It's just amazing to see where we started and where we are now. Obviously, we started officially a 501c3 in 2020, and right after that, COVID happened. So we were, shut down for almost 2 years, but that did not stop us and our families to keep fighting, to keep being a voice for our children, keep knocking on doors, and it has been amazing. It has been a wild ride, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for our community, for our city, for the city of Laredo, because when it comes to being there for others and being a lifting support, a lifting hand, and a voice and a hope for other families, I know that our city and our community of Laredo will come through. And I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it when we started very small and now to the magnitude that we're going. And I'm very confident and passionate and positive that we're not stopping here. And that's all because of all of you here and our community of Laredo. So I am so thankful. I cannot express how grateful I am for the support you have shown. I've seen that, unfortunately, numbers keep going up. Just recently, yesterday, I had 2 families walking into our offices, and it's heartbreaking to relieve all of this again, because I know what these families are going through. It is heartbreaking, but just to know that we can be there. It might not be much, but just be there and giving them hope and giving them that support, it truly, truly does make a difference. So thank you again for all the support that you've shown our families, that you've shown the organization Smiles from Heaven, and for believing in us and in the mission that we're doing here. So thank you all. God bless you.
I think I turned it on. That's good. All right. Sorry I'm a little late. Just got bailed out from county. Who saw the video? Raise your hand. Nobody. That was a pretty bad one, right? I got some of y'all. I got my family calling me. What you do? There's nothing wrong I did, but I brought awareness to the cause. So, Ray Sanchez, co-founder and executive director of Smiles from Heaven. I'm a father of 4, 1 in heaven, a husband, a handsome husband, actually. And yes, I'm a Christian, combat veteran. I've been through a lot through life. And I always say this, losing my daughter was probably is the hardest thing that we ever went through as a father, as a husband, and just as a man. Just giving everything I had to save her. And I guess she was saved, but the results were different. God had other plans. I prayed, we begged to keep her here. We fought with all our might, and he decided to take her. That's what drives this mission. It's pain that drives this mission. Whenever we see a new cancer family, a family diagnosed, it brings me back to those memories, of what we went through as a family, what they're gonna go through. It's something that at least 3 years they're gonna be receiving treatment. And it just makes it a little bit more difficult receiving treatment out of town. It's Corpus, San Antonio, Austin, Houston. And that's where we step in. As families, as people with lived experiences, we step in and created this organization and founded this on what we think is needed here in Laredo. For example, we needed a vehicle. I'll give you one of my examples. There was this one time I was driving to San Antonio. I had to drive San Antonio to an emergency operation that my daughter had. She was going to get a port done, and the port is located in her heart. So it went a little bit more, it cut a little bit more than it should have, and it could have almost killed her. So I was driving to San Antonio, my little BMW, 1990 something, and just when I hit the bumps at the checkpoint, it stopped. So imagine that. I was a dad trying to get to my daughter, and I couldn't. I couldn't because I didn't have the funds. I had a good job. I'm a combat veteran. I get a disability check, but I still couldn't afford this. My car stayed. I was crying. A state trooper came and he told me, like, what are you doing beside the road? Like, I'm just over this. Like, as a dad, I just felt helpless. So what did we did? We went to the city when we first started and started asking for funds for a van. Just last year, last year we got a brand new van, 2025 Hyundai Odyssey, which is parked right outside. And thanks to the city of Laredo third-party funding, we now have a van to provide to these families. If they need a driver, we'll provide the driver as well. Some of these families don't drive long distances. So that's just one of the examples of what we went through. Now we're implementing to our programs. Everything's thought for. Now we have a center. Thanks to Methodist Ministry, we now have a center we could call our home. We used to work out of our house. My next door neighbor's a police, and he thought I was doing something wrong because a lot of cars would stop by. Like, I'm not selling anything illegal. Families, we got a lot of families that come for fuel cards, meal cards. We book them their hotels. Now we do that out of our center. We also have expanded our services to providing some other resources there at our center, which one is a Zen room where they could receive occupational, physical, and speech therapy. We have a music therapy room, which it's usually filled with a lot of our children. And we have a tutoring room. Oh my God, Ricardito's here. So yes, now we offer more services at our center. I invite y'all to come to our center. It's y'all's. It's the community center, and we're very proud to have opened it. It had a grand opening a couple of months ago. We now have staff that are helping us carry this work because it's hard and it's just difficult. We didn't choose this work. We meet so many families. Like my wife said, we just met 2 families yesterday, and not too long ago, we, as a staff, had to help with the end of services, with burying one of our own children here, and it's something that just brings back memories. It brings back memories. Do I want to be doing this? No. But does the community need it? Yes. Do I see the love and the need for it with our children? Yes. I see a lot of children here. Some of the families here. Can all the families? All of our warriors, please stand up. All of the moms and dads here, please stand up so you can be recognized. Stand up, stand up. Sarah, Ms. Diana. These are just some of the brave families that we serve. And, this is why we do it. It's hard. Some of these families, or one of these families here is, diagnosed with terminal brain cancer, and it hurts. It hurts. You get attached to these children, but they keep on fighting, and we're going to keep on fighting for them. It's just something that's very sad, and we're here to support them in every way we can. Thanks to the community. Shout out to Fire Department Union. I know Ray Charles is part of our board. You stand up, Ray Charles. Give him a round of applause there. He doesn't like the attention, but he's there. He's there at our committee meetings. He's there in our board meetings. He's there behind the scenes. I know the union. I know Chief Hurd is always just a text away. I want to thank Vanessa Perez, Melissa, and Gilbert for always being there, supporting our organization. And it's just a reminder here in September that we wear gold, we wear yellow for our children. And we're going to keep fighting. So thank you, community of Laredo. Thank you for all the media, whoever covers our events. And I hope you cover next event. And I know Christy and some of the ladies will be in jumpsuits here. So that's just a teaser. But thank y'all. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that's just in a nutshell of the things that we do and we have in the resources and the programs. And again, if you ever know any family that's going through this, even if it's a family that has a child that had already passed, refer them to us, because in Smiles from Heaven, we do not forget about our angels. We always include all of our families, whether their child is a survivor, a fighter, or an angel. We always include every single family. We make them part of our family. This is not just a regular nonprofit organization. We become family. So if you know of anyone, please let them know what there's, the organizations that are there to support in our community. So at this time, I do want to invite one of our very own warrior grandmas. She has experienced this. Thankfully, her granddaughter is doing wonderful. If you can please help me welcome Miss Yvette. She is Layla's grandma. She's just going to share a few words.
Hello, good morning. As you all know, I'm a grandma to a 5-year-old granddaughter named Layla, which was diagnosed when she was 2 with AML leukemia. Right now, she's 2.5 years in remission. As a parent, thank you. But she's not here right now with me. She's in Oklahoma, stationed with her parents since they're in the Army in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. As any parent, family that's going through this, we don't know how to start, who to turn to, but I thank God for placing Betsy and Ray in my journey, in Layla's journey, because without them, I would be lost. I took care of Layla for 9 months at Driscoll Children's Hospital while her mom, which is my daughter, had a newborn baby and she was finishing college. So I quit my job to stay over there. We lived at the hospital, hotels for 9 months, back to back. So it was hard. I didn't know what to do, what to expect. I was the only grandma on that floor because everybody was with their mom or dad. And everybody thought I was their mom, but no. But then I'm the grandma, so everybody called me grandma. But thanks to them too, and other organizations, but mostly them, that gave me the strength to keep on going with her, providing me with meal cards, gas cards to have my daughter driven over there, anything I needed. Without them, I don't know what I would be doing, or my granddaughter. And right now, I have a flyer of the banner where she's at. She's right now 5 years old, and besides being AML leukemia warrior, she also has Down syndrome, nonverbal. So we went through a lot of bumps throughout her journey. But I thank God right now, like I said, she's 2.5 years in remission and still going strong. Thank you.
I want to put a face to all of our children here. I know they stood up, but can I have everybody who has been affected by childhood cancer come up here? All of our families come up here so they could see a face to this. Everybody. You want to present?
And just super quick, we have warrior Miss Jissy. We have mom of Santiago. He's not here right now because he's in school. We have fighter Ricardito over here. We have mom of survivor Carlitos. We have over here, and she is one of our staffs as well, Ms. Sarah. She is mommy of our angel BB, Desiree. We have, as you met, Miss Yvette, grandma of Layla, and she is 5 and thriving. And we have Kiara over here, and she is a survivor. Did I miss? And I have Angel. Oh, yes. We have Angel right here with us as well. And this is, like we said, these are just some of our families here. We do serve over 95 families, and those are just the ones that we know of. Please give a round of applause to this warrior family.
Yeah, we can keep them here real quick. Before we get to the proclamation, Mayor, I do want to bring, I know that Ray mentioned him, Mr. Ray Charles from the Laredo Firefighters Union. Can you please come up? I believe he does have something in store for you guys.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Laredo Firefighters Union, we want to thank the Smiles from Heaven organization for everything they've done for the community. We want to thank the City of Laredo for today's proclamation and their continued support for the cause. We also want to thank our Fire Chief Hurd for allowing our department members to wear our awareness t-shirts out on the line and help spread awareness and show unity, show support for our local kids fighting cancer. It warms our hearts a little bit more knowing that our funds will stay local, help our local kids and surrounding areas. With our fundraiser, we were able to sell over 250 shirts and raise $2,800 that we will be presenting to the Smiles from Heaven organization.
Mayor, if you can please join us for the official proclamation. Mayor Pro Tem, council members, please come up here as well.
Office of the Mayor, City of Laredo, Texas, proclamation. Whereas, we do everything we can to ensure the little ones we love experience a childhood of full learning, growing, and carefree exploration. Whereas, unfortunately, many children experience tremendous hardships, including the brave children and devoted families who take on the harrowing battle against childhood cancer. And whereas, in our state, the Texas Department of State Health Services estimates that more than 1,800 Texans younger than the age of 20 will be diagnosed with cancer this year. Whereas, pediatric oncologists have made significant strides to improve prevention, early diagnosis, and treatment, which has led to improvement of patient outcomes as cancer research and medical care have steadily advanced. And whereas, each September, organizations around the country, state, and cities conduct awareness campaigns to support and recognize the children and families fighting childhood cancer. Whereas, this campaign and organizations like Smiles from Heaven educate the public about the difficulties faced by children and their families, the need for ongoing research and treatment, and the invaluable contribution of the medical professionals who provide the highest quality of care to children who need it the most. And now, therefore, I, Dr. Victor D. Trevino, Mayor of the City of Laredo, by the virtue of authority vested in me as Mayor of the City of Laredo, Texas, County of Webb, do hereby proclaim September 2025 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in Laredo, Texas, and I encourage all Laredos to observe Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and support this cause that so deeply impacts families in every community across the country.